When you have all of your content added to all of your website pages, then it's time to think about the themes, fonts, and colors a little bit. So you'll notice that this theme is pretty boring at this point. White background with dark text, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. We've learned that less is more and about minimalist design. But if you do want to add a little bit to make it a bit more interesting, you find those options here under this More Actions menu. And the main areas will be are under Edit Site Layout and Manage Site. We'll start under Manage Site, which is where we can get to themes, colors, and fonts, and that's where we're going to be able to make some pretty big changes. So the first thing is to find a theme that you really like as a starting point. By default, all of these will be in the ski theme. I've changed this one to blank slate. You can play around with a few of those and see if there's one that you like, and if so, just leave it as is or make some minor adjustments to it. But I'm going to start with blank slate here just to show you a couple different things. First one is under entire page for the background. Right now, everything's on the default. And I want to just show you what happens when we add an image to the background. So I'm going to add a wrapper image. It's about the same as an image to the background. It doesn't really make a big difference there. And I've gone ahead and selected an image. I just looked up website background images online and found one that was free to use. Takes a moment to load this, and this is going to be on the entire site background. So that looks okay, but you'll notice one problem with that. My content now sort of fades into that. So what I needed to do is define this content area to make it stand out. So I've got a background image now, but I need the content area to stand out. So I'm going to go to back to Manage Site, back to Themes, Fonts, and Colors. And now I'm going to move away from entire page. That's where I put that image. And I'm going to go to Content Area. And just to show you where that is, I'm just going to choose a color, and let's make it really bright. So that's my content area. It doesn't include my header, but if I save that, obviously this isn't a color that we would want to go with, but it certainly makes the content area stand out, doesn't it? So let's go back in there for a moment. Back into Manage Site, Themes, Colors, and Fonts, and I was in content area and the background. So the color, obviously I don't like that color very much. I could just make it white or like a light gray, something like that, on top of that. So one other thing that you might notice is that there's not really any room on the edges of the site now. It's really wide. There's all this sort of dead space over here. And what you find with a lot of sites today is that they have sort of a narrower content area with a full screen background. So I'm going to edit the width of my content area under Edit Site Layout. So I'm going to go into Edit Site Layout, click on the content area, site width, that's what I need. And I'm going to say my site width, I'm going to make it about 90%. And what that means is about 90% of the width of anybody's screen will be that content area. Let's see here.